The UK's medicines regulator has seized nearly 900 fake Ozempic pens so far. That's as unscrupulous individuals try to capitalise on the weight loss frenzy with counterfeits that range from useless to actually potentially deadly. Let's take a closer look at what's been discovered then. The top pen in this image is the real Ozempic pen. The bottom one, an example of a fake product seized on a raid in the UK. Ashley Furlong has been writing about this story for Bloomberg. The investigation actually seen some of these fake Ozempic products. What do we know about what's been going on?
What we're seeing is quite significant numbers of pens being seized in the UK. They're coming from abroad. But I think if you look at it in the bigger scale of counterfeit medicines globally, obviously this is still, just a drop in the ocean. But very concerning as, if any of those pens potentially got to patients, it could be potentially deadly as they contain insulin, many of them.
So how big a problem is this, and how is the UK's approach to tackling it different from, for example, their counterparts in Europe?
I think it was a significant problem, and the UK came down very quickly and very strongly on this. The UK Medicines Agency has a team within it that does criminal enforcement, and that team actually has been leading on this, on tracking down these fake Ozempic pens, and they believe that they've got over the worst of it. Obviously, globally, we still have to see more products are coming to market. Everyone wants to get into the weight loss game, and criminals are watching closely.
Who's making them? Where are they coming from? Where are they being sold? And is the UK finally on top of it, as you say?
So they're coming from abroad and they're being stopped at the border. Obviously, we don't have the specific details of, the criminal investigations. They can't really, give us all those details. But they're not being, produced necessarily in the UK. And it looks like most of them are being stopped. And there have been a few hospitalizations, I think, in the UK. But it seems like the regulator is being able to clamp down on it.
Is there a response? What are you hearing from Novo Nordisk, the maker, of course, of Ozempic, Wegovy? To what extent is there an obligation on them to take steps to combat this kind of issue?
They're taking this very seriously. Obviously, it's potentially very bad for their brand, and also they don't want patients to be harmed. So they are actually on the ground. They have private investigators actually searching for these pens as well, and then actually reporting it to authorities.
OK, so they actually have private investigators doing some of the work as well. How big a problem, if we take a step back in terms of fake medicines, fake drugs globally, how big of an issue is this?
So this is pretty small in the big picture, but I think what it highlights is that this is, a growing issue of counterfeit and illegal medicines, coming through supply chains. And we've seen this increase over the past couple of years. So it's something that criminals are definitely catching on to. OK, Bloomberg's Ashley Furlong, thank you very much with that investigation into the fakes around Wegovy and Ozempic and what's being done to try and tackle it.